for being here. I would also like to recognize SCOE board member Harold Fong for being here tonight and supporting this process. Where are you? Thank you for being here tonight as well. Thank you for your patience.
Hi, my name is Ayana and I approve this message. I know why you are closing our schools. You say that this school doesn't have enough students and you want to save money. But I want to ask you a question. What is the real reason for closing our schools? You are selfish for closing our schools to save pennies. You can't buy our minds. You can't put a price on our education. I'm just a student, but I know that when people say they don't care and want to close our schools, they don't care about kids like us. Mark Hopkins is like another home to me. It's sad when your home gets taken away. For example, we are like a completed puzzle. If you break us, it's like destroying the complete puzzle. I'm truly inspired by this quote that are used often by grown-ups. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Let me tell you, students here are worth 1,000 words. The school, teachers, and families are worth 1,000 words. When you go home tonight, I want you to know that you ruined young people's education.
Thank you.
And that's my baby. And I just want to let y'all know, she got 2 seconds left. If Jordan said it best, if Jordan can't trust y'all, how can you expect the parents to trust that the kids will actually be entered into a lottery and then chosen? When priority was given to me for my son at a science academy school, for me to go to sign him up and find out that he had been added to a waiting list, I really don't have trust that I'd be added in a lottery. Thank you.
Is there someone else waiting to speak?
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm a first grader. You can't shut the school down because I have a very fun teacher named Miss Reyes. She's very fun and responsible for a class. Please don't close the school.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ania, and our school should stay open. First, so kids can learn. Second, I want to come to the school every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Tubu, and I'm an alumni from Mark Hopkins, and I attend Luther Burbank as a junior. I've been in here all of my elementary year, and I don't want to see my school closed down. I had great memories in this school and with most of the staff here today. This school should stay open for these kids, and I know that this closure will make a big effect on this school and the community. This school is a part of my childhood, and I'll strongly disagree with this closure to this school. But can I get, hey alumni, can you guys raise your hand? It's a good thing that you guys are here today because it shows that you guys show your pride for this school and say no to this closure. Thanks for your time and consider these kids' dreams and education.
Thank you.
My name is Alexis McCormick. I would like to share my thoughts with you. I feel sad that you are closing my school. I've been here since the 2nd grade. This year I'm a 5th grader. I like to finish my 6th grade here with my friends. There are nice teachers here. The principal has done so much for this school. For example, Dr. Simmons has helped us by encouraging all students to stay in class. I'd like to bring it out to your attention that our school received new computers, new smart boards, and got our basketball court done.
by the Sacramento Kings. I invite you to visit our computer lab. Plus, Melissa Martinez, a student here, won a garden for our school last year. You can go by the office and see our beautiful garden. Another thing, I know that you are closing our school because we have too many empty classrooms. Please know that the empty classrooms are used for many different programs, such as START, Junior Gentlemen, Sisterhood, and Parent Center. We need these programs to help us grow. Don't take it away. I am a good student and want to stay at my Hopkins. Please reconsider and think about your decision. Board members, I trust that you will vote no to keep my school open.
Thank you.
My name is Alex Gomez, and I used to go to this school, and I'm currently a high school junior at Luther Burbank. I am here on behalf of myself and my aunt. My aunt is a yard duty here. Some of you kids, if not all, know my aunt. Her name is Vicky. Me and her would hate to see the school close and all the kids separated to different schools. Me and my friends share a lot of fun memories that we won't ever forget. If this school was to close, it would break the hearts of hundreds of adults, teenagers that used to go here, and kids and staff that are currently still here. Listen to the kids and parents' opinions. Don't just push them to the side. These kids are really smart, and this school is giving them an academic goal to strive harder. Please vote against closing the school on the 21st. Thanks for listening to my opinion and what I had to say. Good night.
Thank you.
Sí, muy buenas noches, que Dios me los bendiga. Y yo lo que tengo es una pregunta realmente.
Good evening. Good evening and God bless you.
Mi pregunta es, en las elecciones pasadas el gobernador estaba incitando unas leyes a favor de aumentar los impuestos.
The governor put the proposition 30 to increase taxes to protect the schools.
Y él es porque estaba diciendo de que necesitaba eliminar gastos porque estamos pasando por una situación muy difícil económica.
Because he was trying to take some budget to save money.
Y yo incluso en mi casa con mi familia, con todos mis hijos que iban a votar, yo llegué a una conclusión.
And I have come to a conclusion with my family.
En que apoyaran esa ley para aumentar los impuestos, no porque nosotros los pobres tengamos más dinero para pagar impuestos.
To support Proposition 30, not because us, the minority, has the money to put more money on our taxes, but to support the Proposition 30.
Sino porque él dijo que de todas maneras iba a hacer recortes si no se aprobaban esas leyes y que los más afectados iba a ser la salud y iba a ser la educación.
Because the ones that were going to be more affected was the health and education.
Y tengo entendido que esas leyes fueron aprobadas por todos los votantes de Estados Unidos.
And I understand that Proposition 30 was passed for all the voters that went to vote here in the United States.
Pero mi pregunta ¿es justo que después de que el gobernador hizo esa conversación ante todo California y es justo que dijo que no iba a hacer recortes en la salud y en la educación y ahora nos estén cerrando las escuelas? ¿Es justo?
Is it fair that after the governor said to vote for that proposition that now you're closing our school? Is it fair?
Y entonces digo yo, estamos viviendo en una vecindad que tenemos muy alto el crimen.
we're living in a community that the crime is very high.
Y si las escuelas quedan más lejos para nuestros hijos, es justo que nuestros hijos caminen en esas calles que son tan peligrosas que ni uno de adulto quiere caminar.
So is it fair that our own children has to walk in the high crime when us as an adult, we don't want to walk through the high to those walk far?
Están diciendo que van a poner bases y todo eso para llevar a los niños a la escuela, y van a poner también en las otras escuelas más trabajadores, más empleados, y no son gastos extra que creo que se los podrían evitar y no hubiera necesidad si las escuelas de nosotros, de nuestra vecindad, están abiertas.
You're saying that you're gonna supply buses and transportation and more personnel. Isn't that extra money? Why doing that instead of keep our school open?
Okay, dicen que van a poner escuelas. Dicen que van a poner escuelas, pero van a poner bases para los alumnos, pero cuando nos llamen a nosotros en una emergencia, cuando se nos enfermen los niños y los padres que no manejamos y vamos a caminar en todas esas calles, ¿cómo le vamos a hacer? ¿Vamos a pagar taxi? ¿De dónde? ¿De dónde? Si no tenemos a veces ni trabajo. Que Dios me le bendiga.
How are we going to do it when our kids get sick and we have to go and pick them up? And most of us walk. Good evening and God bless you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Melanie Lowe, and I'm a parent. I don't have children here, but at CCB. But I'm also a representative for the Hmong community. We've been going back and forth on this situation, but I just wanted to want some clarification about the district wanted to save $2.5 million in the X amount of years, but for what? Our kids' education and the safety for our kids is the #1 priority. I think, and also as a community, it's time to turn things around, to downsize Serna Center, to reduce the pay of superintendent, the administrator there. They don't need those money. If they love our kids, if they are a good leader, it wouldn't hurt to spare that to our kids. Each blessing that you put towards each children, you will be gifted by God. Why don't you do that? It will not cut our children education and their rights to learn, the freedom, the choice of school. And talking about the reference on page 14, safety and transportation, I encourage everybody from Serna Center to go to Johnsdale Elementary School every morning and every afternoon and go do cross guard over there. They need cross guard. I drive through that road. I live in that area. And it's so dangerous. I have to move my kids out to another school. So I encourage that everybody at Serna Center volunteer every day to go down there and do a cross guard in the morning and in the afternoon. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Karina Garcia, and I have 2 children that attend this school. My daughter started off with Miss Pirwa. She's a great teacher, very passionate with her students. And it really hurts my feelings because now my son is there with her also, and we bonded with these teachers. Now my daughter's in 2nd grade. She had the pleasure of being with Miss Denicio and Miss Veitor, also great teachers, very disciplined and motivated with these children. They put a lot of work here in this school. I also wanted to mention that I purchased my home here a couple of blocks away for my children to have something stable and to be able to be a part of Mark Hopkins. And I wanted to say, why don't we reduce our upper management in the school district to save our school, Mark Hopkins, and also our other 8 schools that are in danger and jeopardy of closing down. Well, we are minority people, and I don't understand why are we the only schools getting closed down. Why not the upper class? Also, to reduce their income for upper management would and help out these schools, teachers who are reducing their wages and they're the ones who put in all this hard work every day, every hour. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Aguilar. I'm a parent here. I have 2 kids, one in 6th grade and the other one in 2nd grade. I have my son, he's 5 years old. He's gonna start kindergarten, hopefully here at this school. And I just got a question. Where is the person responsible for closing the schools? Why he's not in the front facing all this community right here? You say he was gonna leave at 7:30. He left at 7. So why he's not showing his face to all these people right here? My next question is, this school is 100% free lunch, free breakfast. Is this gonna be offered to another schools? The other schools that supposedly are we gonna be priority to them? But we're not. Second question, have you guys walked to John Bidwell? That school is not safe. It's not gated all the way. It has a park and it's not gated all the way. So anybody can walk to that school and take my kids. I don't want that. John Bidwell, John's Lot, I don't know. It's far for me to go. And I'm volunteer here. I love the teachers. I love the school. I love my principal. So what's gonna happen with her job? Are you guys gonna offer her a job somewhere else? So what's gonna happen with them, with her and the other 10 principals if you guys close this school? Answer, I need an answer. I want an answer and I want an answer next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Marquise Armstrong, and I just want to say that it's a lot of history in the school, from my father to aunties to cousins. Myself, I went here, and when I went here, they had the SMART program, and they had a hip hop section, and that has led me to end up going to Sac City College, making my own beats and being my own producer and all that. So I don't understand why y'all would send kids after midnight, you know what I'm saying, to those who have to pick up their sisters or brothers. The crime is rising. I mean, it was just on the news that somebody ran into school and killed a whole bunch of kids. So to save a kid, that leads to other things as more TV watching, more video games. You know, the stuff on TV, that's not good when you can have kids at 6 o'clock, you know, learning algebra. You know, my cousin goes to Luther Burbank, Devontre, he's very smart, and he went here himself. So I don't understand budget cuts and bus rides when we have to pay for that. It's parents that don't come home to 12 o'clock working 3 jobs just to have their kids go to this school. You know, we have to pay for breakfast and meals. Sometimes I'm just not understanding. So for 6th graders and 5th graders to come to the microphone and say that we know what your adults are doing, I think the adults need to wake up and take a rain check and sip some more coffee and put a plan together, and everybody need to put their brain together as a community and work together and keep our kids and keep this school alive and keep these schools alive. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Isabel Rogers. I am in 5th grade. My teachers are Miss Billy and Miss Michelle. I have been attending Mark Hopkins for 3 years. My 3rd grade teacher was Miss Shalou. She is now in the hospital. My 4th grade teacher was Miss T-Bank and Mr. Nicholas, and now my 5th grade teachers are Miss Billy and Miss Michelle. What you guys are doing to our school is not a very good idea. My education is more important to my family than money is. What you guys have done to the school is have to have my little baby brothers not go to the school. My baby brother Jaden was going to attend this school, but now he is not going to. What are we gonna do with all the money we spent on our computer lab, our, of course, basketball courts, and our garden that Melissa made? Mark Hopkins was a great part of my family. Actually, my dad came to this school when he was a little kid. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for listening to me.
How y'all doing? My name is Ken Blackburn. I have one student already promoted from here. I have two that go here now. And you know, if you close down this school, it's like a sense of tradition with this school. You know, my mom, my uncles, everybody went to this school. I went to this school. My kids going to the same school. And you know, it's like every day I come here to check on my kids. They calling me, letting me know when my kid had a good day, a bad day. It's like they like showing them a sense of ownership to like own up for the things you do in life, you know. And if you take that from them, it's like you telling the kids like, okay, go to this game, you know, fall victim to the peer pressures of your peers, the pressures of your peers, fall victim to that, you know, have to walk long walks just to get home. You know, that's like kind of crazy to me, you know. And I see you guys have Obama up here, and I know he wasn't the source of your encouragement to come here and tell us all this, but Obama quoted, I'm gonna quote him tonight, that he said, we must break the barriers that's in the mind of our children. And if you if you close this school and send them to another school, it's like you're setting them back to the beginning of the first day of school. You know, and it's like, yeah, you know, it like tangles their mind up. They gotta accept new friends, accept new what's that word? Accept new talking about them, like that type of note. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's like you don't want to start the kids over. So like, talk to the people, let them keep the school open, and save Mark Hopkins. Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Kerry Rogers. I went to this school and I also went to John Sloat. I walked to each school when I was a kid. When I was growing up, I grew up in gang environment. Even though that this is a gang environment neighborhood still, it's not as active as it used to be when I was growing up. Now this environment has more pedophiles here. Being that it has more pedophiles here, if you talk about that you guys are going to have more contact with Sacramento Police Department, that's great, but what is that going to do to the taxpayers here? Is that 2.8, I believe you said, $1 million that you guys are going to save? Is that going to go to paying them, or are we still going to have to pay them to service our community more for children just to go back and forth to school? Another thing, I'm glad you guys brought up the bus route. That's great. That's a beautiful thing. That's bringing in more, you know, jobs for, you know, bus route people and stuff like that. That's great. But with the programs here at this school, are those programs going to go to the other school, which will be Sloat or Bidwell, either one that you guys decide? You know, I understand that you guys pretty much already made up your mind, and we all have to understand that. But being that if you guys make a decision on based off what you have right now, then look at everything that is going on here and trying to create that same atmosphere wherever else you guys want these kids to go to. It's just like my man was just saying right now, if you put these kids into a whole nother environment, a whole nother learning program, you just threw away everything that they just learned, and now they got to learn something that these teachers are teaching them. So you don't know what these kids are going to be saying. You know, she's only in the 5th grade. I got a kid at Gady right now. I got 2 other little ones that I don't know what school they're going to go to now. So with her, and I see the passion that she has and everything that she wants to do with this school, and keeping it here, it just kind of makes me say, well, it might as well just stay. You know, there's no point of getting rid of it. Do you kind of understand, like, the point of not getting rid of the school? I mean, I get the point of saying budget cuts. You got, you know, some odd $1 million here. This goes to Bidwell. This goes to Mark Hopkins. This goes to Sloat. And if we eliminate Bidwell and Sloat, you know, we got this much money we can use. I understand that part. That's great. But if that money doesn't go back into the school, all it does is go back into you guys' pocket.
alumni. I have a 17-year-old that's also alumni and a 15-year-old. I currently have a 5-year-old who's attending Mark Hopkins now. My question is, would it make more, or actually it's a statement, would it make more sense to bring the Sloat and Bidwell to Mark Hopkins instead of splitting our school? You want to split our school and send our students to 2 different schools instead of bringing the smaller schools to Mark Hopkins. According to your figures, they can all fit here. So why would you split up our students and send them to 2 different schools when you could send the whole school and they don't have to be split up? They'll be comfortable. They'll be in an unfamiliar area of school, but they're coming as a whole. Versus our students are going, they're being split in 2 different directions. My mother is our daycare person for myself, my niece, and my sister. Now, they're not siblings, so they're not going to be guaranteed to go to the same school. So does that mean that my mother's going to have to walk to John Sloat and Bidwell to pick up her daycare kids? I mean, it makes no sense when she lives right down the street and she can come to one school and pick them all up.
Hello, I'm back. Just a few questions. Well, one comment I do have to say is that, was that me? Mark Hopkins is a very close-knit family. I have worked closely with our principal and all 3 of Joshua's teachers, Ms. Purewal, Ms. Reyes Campos, and Ms. Maharaj, to work on getting his behavior together, and just by them communicating with me back and forth, it's great. Now, questions are, shouldn't students in high poverty neighborhoods be close to their home and families? What about the large number of sexual predators in the surrounding community? Do you know that there's roughly 400 in a 4-mile radius? What about the services our school provides? Librarian, classroom technologies, state-of-the-art computer lab? What happens to those? Why has all the information requested by some board members not given to them? If there is a list of current contracts that the district has outstanding, how much money is involved? Will the $11 million allotted for consultants continue for the next 4 years? That's $44 million compared to $10 million from school closures. Mark Hopkins has been blessed to not have the gang problem like surrounding schools. Why burst the bubble of safety that we have? Why should the board members even vote if they don't have all the information they need? That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
I just gotta add one more thing. I already spoke earlier, but I gotta add one more thing. Like the lady was saying, Sloat and Bidwell, they are close to each other, right? So if you close one of them and leave Mark Hopkins open, and bring them kids from that school, one of them school over here, then it'd be a school here and a school over there. Wouldn't that sound better? And it's still closing the school, still saving money, right? So I think you should do something like that, or have, you know, like close one of the schools, because this school's here and then it's 2 over there. It's not fair to just close this school and keep them open, you know what I mean? Because they both close to each other, I think. So if you close one of them and then kids can go over there and then kids can come over here. And you could just close one of them in the middle, right?
Thank you. My name is Poen Lee, and I have, children going to Susan B. Anthony. So, my question is, Dr. Overleen, because you're up here, and you are here because, you're leading these meetings. So I would have to ask you the question. Every of these site meetings, I see that you guys are charting and recording. So if this is going to be a community meeting and supposed to be answering parents' questions, why are our questions not being answered, but being charted only? So can you explain why?
Again, as I stated at the beginning of the meeting, we want to provide adequate time for everyone to ask their question or questions, and responses will be made within the week. So between now and next Wednesday, all questions will be answered, and I will share the process as to how we will report back to the community at the end of the meeting.
And that's fine, because there will be a meeting tomorrow at on 47th, and hopefully before the 21st, we will have those answers, right? So I look forward to those answers. But you know, it seems like every of these sites meeting is just like for the heck of it, and you know, we are burned out because the boards and superintendent are not putting our children first. They have not even looked into the API scores. Shutting down these schools is not fair.
No, it's not.
And we understand that if they were to compare API scores to other schools that has high enrollment, the ones that have high enrollment are the ones that should go. Don't you agree?
Yes.
And before the 21st, we would like to see all API scores for all the schools that's going to get closed down. And it's really irritating that we get less than like 3 or 2 months to get this over, and we're being timed on a 2-minute talking. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Save Mark Hopkins School.
That's right.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vivian Marie. I have a grandson going here, and I have a grandson hopefully going here next year. One of my questions is, what is the superintendent's priority school? What are they? Why do you pick them? Who are they? Why are they more special than other schools? Also, why can't the school board and higher administration take a pay cut? I take a pay cut to help the state budget. Been taking it for years. Seems only fair that you guys do the same. I had no choice in mine. You guys shouldn't have a choice in yours. Also, if you're going to put out school buses, police department, I want to see how much it's going to cost. You had to budget it. I want to know the expenses and compare it to the cost of how it's going to cost. From taking a school away and how much it's going to cost to do all the extras you guys talking about, the committee, studies, all these other things. I'd like to see a budget breakdown of that and compare it to what you're saying you're going to save. I don't think there's going to be a difference. I think actually your plan is going to cost more. Thanks.
Thank you.
I live on 21st, and my grandma lives right here on the marsh, and after schools, we go to my grandma's house. My mom and my dad don't get out of school until 9 o'clock at times. So if you guys close down our school, that's a further walk for my little brother and sisters, because I'll be going to SES next year for middle school. And my little brother and sister will have to go by in front of my house, but there'll be no one at my house, so they'll have to walk all the way up back over here. And John Bidwell and John Slow are pretty small schools too. So if they have to go all the way over there and back to my grandma's house, that's a long way. And like I said in my first speech, if anything happened to them, that would just be devastating. And that's just a lot of work. So please don't close down our schools. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angelina Lopez. I actually have never attended Mark Hopkins, but all of my family has, from my dad, who's about to be in his 50s, to my cousins, and my little brother Julian Lopez, who was just talking earlier. My grandma Mary Lopez has worked at this school for over 30 years, and she's 73, and she still comes and helps out this school. From my understanding, you guys are closing these, 11 schools down, and they're going to be separated in other schools. So what happens with the students' educations? They're going to be bunched up in classrooms. How is one teacher supposed to pay attention to a bunch of students? How does that help their education? Because from personal experience, when classrooms are full, I don't get a teacher paying much attention to me. And these are little kids. You're taking these kids, putting them somewhere else. When they're at home, they're perfectly fine where they are. They're getting the best education here. My little brother is doing so good at this school, and it's gonna hurt to have to see him go somewhere that's not his home and do worse. because he's with a bunch of students that he doesn't know, he's not comfortable with. He's been at this school since kindergarten. I think it's wrong that what you guys are doing, and that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say that can you please don't shut down my Hopkins school, because I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss this school. I'm gonna miss this school so much. Can you please don't shut it down?
Thank you.
My name is Alex again, and I talked earlier now. All these kids are in a comfortable atmosphere at this school alone. And from these 56 schools in our district, 11 of them are getting shut down. Out of all 56 schools, this school fights the most to stay open. And to keep trying to close it after countless times of us beating, let's say, your guys' system of getting money for our district, and yeah, it's worthless. We've fought so many times to keep the school open for their education. And like my friend Angelina said, for all these kids to be bunched up in the class, yeah, a teacher could handle a class of 15 to 25 students max. But if you bunch them up even to more classes out of 2 home schools, then it's going to be 35 students, 30 at the most. That they're not all going to get the attention and need and help that they are supposed to have. So closing the school is pretty much a bad idea. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi. This is I'm Kurt Crump. I had 3 kids that went to this school. Sitting back there, the one thing that bothers me about this discussion